So this is the card we're going to be making tonight, and it should be a pretty easy card. Not a lot going on. It's a thank you card, but you could make it a birthday card just by substituting happy birthday you sweet thing on the inside. And then we have this awesome punch that goes with that. So you're going to need your Poppy Parade and Memento black ink, and you're going to need your template. So let me, while you're grabbing those things and your kit, of course, I'm going to go ahead and see if I've got anybody here. Okay, let's see. And I always worry that I miss comments. So if you're here, comment. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right in because I like to try to keep these to half an hour, and hopefully we can. So I'll give dimensions so that if you want to make more, you can. Of course, we have our 8.5 by 5.5 thick basic white, which I'm going to fold away and find my bone folder, increase that fold. And we have a piece of black, basic black. It's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then we have a piece of DSP that is 5 1/4 by 4. Let's just go ahead and put that on our black. Now you can use any DSP if you're making more of these. Anything that you think would go well. It's just a 1/16 of an inch. We're doing things a little differently. Now that's that's not great, but it'll have to do. Now we want some ribbon on this, and we do have a 6-inch piece of black glittered organdy ribbon, and it is 2 inches from the bottom. So this is gonna be my bottom, and I'm gonna mark 2 inches. Grab a pencil and mark 2 inches and 2 inches, 4 and 4. So the bottom of my ribbon is going to be just above those marks. Take my Stampin' seal and put a couple of little marks there, and then I'm going to put my ribbon in the front, bring it around, even spacing on the sides. Find that mark, put there. That's ready to go on the front. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then I think, whoops, it's not working too great tonight. Okay, so that's going to go on the front. And voila. Perfect. Now, on the inside, we're going to have some stamping before we do this part, and we're going to stamp some strawberries. We have a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to do some strawberries. We have a piece of 3 3/4 by 5 for the inside. We have a piece of basic black, 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. I guess we can go ahead and put that in there. The more we can put in there, the less we have on our desk to get ink on it, because that does happen sometimes. Okay. Inside here, you're going to have your labels, which are just some pieces of basic white that I cut, and they are 1 3/8 by 11/16. So that is an odd size, but that's the size you need to go inside this little black, basic black. This is a label from the Messages dies. And so this 1 3/8 by 11/16 fits in there perfectly. And you got 2 of those to stamp on. You'll be stamping your Just For You on that. So let's put the rest of this, tuck that in there. We do have some rhinestones, but we'll get to that later. I'm going to get everything out of the way except what I'm going to be stamping on, because the less that I have out, the less likely it's going to get ink on it. Now, this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I'm going to go ahead and stamp, because we're going to use the technique of our template for our strawberries. And so I'm going to put one here to the far right. Well, we're just worried about the strawberries. We are not worried about anything else. Far to the left. See, strawberry, and then one in the center. Now, you could probably figure out a more economical way to do that, but I'm not worried about it. I've got all these little extra pieces for later if I want to make a different card, but for right now, I don't need them. What we do need, though, is this piece of Granny Apple Green. And isn't that a cute, Granny Apple Green is such a cute color. It is, oh, what is this? It's 1 inch by 5 1/2. And I'm gonna take a minute to go back out of here and then go back in. Okay, I see my sister Janice is here, and I see my friend Janice is here. So I have 2 Janices that have made comments. Great. Yeah, hopefully I make it look easy, because I've been doing it a while. So we're only going to be worried about this little guy right here. So we're going to feed it in from this side and punch. All right, so there's one of our little guys. We need 3 of them. And we're going to push that through a little bit more until we can punch without punching off of the cardstock. So there's another one, and then we got one more right here, and there's more. If you wanted to punch more, you can do that too. All right, let me clean up my mess here. So I only need the leaves, the tops for the strawberries. Okay, you can save this for later. Now this is where our template comes in. I got green on here on my shirt. Get your Stamparatus, which this makes stamping for beginners so much easier than just learning to stamp with the block. Stamping with the block is fun, but with the Stamparatus, the great thing about it is if you don't get a great image the first time you stamp, you can stamp again. So I need a random ink pad to go underneath here to keep that level. And I need my plastic, my 4x6 plastic. And I need my stamps. I need this strawberry. Well, first let's do the black. Let's do the outline of the strawberry. So here's the outline stamp, and we want to put our template. Hopefully you wrote template on there so you know which way it goes. So this is, we want to be able to put our template okay, so you know I have to keep trimming this because it's I am going to trim that, and I'm going to put template on the front again so that I know which side goes up. All right, so I've got my 4x6 window sheet here, plastic, piece of plastic. Just find a piece of plastic if you don't. And I want to make sure that's going to work. Yeah. Now, it always likes to pull up. That's okay. That's why we like it. It's sticky. The ink sticks to it. Now, this is just going to be a guide. Well, you know what? You know what? I'm doing this wrong. And if you've done this before, you know I've done it wrong. What I need is a piece of the mini grid paper, or any kind of paper that you have that you can put in the corner here. And what we're going to do is we're going to stamp on our paper. It's important that you have it in the corner, so if it comes loose, you can put it back and you know it'll stamp in the same place. So I'm going to line this up, my template, with my strawberry, and the lines are the equal distances from the sides of the template, so it's centered. Now here comes the magic. I'm going to take one of my blanks, and it should fit in there perfectly. These are not completely symmetrical, so if it doesn't fit in perfectly, you don't have it in the right way. And it's hard, it's really kind of hard to tell. Okay, but so there is, I'll just do it one more time lightly. There's one, and it's stuck. That's okay. I probably should have put just a little bit of Stampin' Seal there, sticky, to hold that in place. All right, that's perfect. Good. All right, here we go with number 2 strawberry. Stamp and stamp again. All right, we're making progress. Now I'm gonna get my little pointy tool to get that out, just so I don't get ink, smear that ink, because it might not have dried completely. Okay, I got one more. See if I can get it in perfectly. Yeah. Boy, I'm really lucky tonight. Now I jinxed myself, right? Because I said that. Okay. So here we go. And that's that. Okay. And we'll clean off our stamp because we're done with this one. Now we still need to do the inside of our strawberries. So for that we need this stamp, which is the filler stamp. And you can see it's pink because I've used it a lot. So this time we're going to do basically the same thing. Make sure it's in the corner, the paper. This time I'm going to put it here. Again, same direction. Put my paper back in place because it got pulled out from the sticky. All right, now this, I'm going to ink it up with my Poppy Parade, which is kind of a pinky red. I thought that was good for strawberries. Strawberries come in all colors. I'm going to put this down here because it wants to come up. Now that shows me where that's going to stamp. So I want to get my template out again. And again, I'm going to line that up with where that's stamping. Equal distances on all sides of the image. That way you know that it's going to stamp where it needs to stamp. Take your time, don't rush. Okay, I'm going to go out again and come back in again and see if I have any new comments. Okay, so now This time it's easier to know which direction needs to stamp because it's already been stamped once. Okay, so I'm going to ink that up and stamp my strawberry. And since it's photopolymer, it is wanting to stick, so I'm just going to plop that down. So I have one. I could put that back in. I forgot to put a little bit of Stampin' Seal in there to hold that in place. And I do want to stamp that again, even though that looks nice. I do like nice bright strawberries. That time it stayed in because I put that Stampin' Seal sticky stuff underneath it. I'm just going to twist it off. Hopefully my stamping seal didn't come off. Okay, next. Now this is a great technique if you have to do a lot of cards of the same design. It makes it easy to do this. I think. Maybe you don't think so, but I think so. Okay, and we have that one, and then we've got one more here. And that one didn't really seem to stamp in the right place. You can reposition this if you need to. If you think it's not quite stamping in the right direction or the right, staying within the lines. All right, stamp that strawberry. And I think one more, just to be safe. Okay, now that's our strawberries. So be careful when you're cleaning up your red ink because it likes to get everywhere, especially on your fingers. And you will transfer it onto something you don't want to get it on. It happens to me all the time, so I try to keep my fingers clean. All right, so we have our strawberries, and I have to say I've done better, but I think I'll live with them. This one I probably am going to replace with this one because for some reason it stamped off. You can always do more if you're not happy with your strawberries. Okay, so we're done with this one. And now we're going to do the tops. So you want the outline, the outline of the top, and that's this one right here. You want it to stamp in the same direction as your template, and that's this direction here. We're going to do that with Memento Tuxedo black ink. Yeah, I've been a busy grandma this week and last week helping with school kids, and it sure makes me glad my kids are grown because it's a lot of work. Kids are a lot of work. They are. And again, I did that backwards. Did I? Yeah, I did. It should be this way. I did that last time I did the very same thing. Okay, let me line that up. There's enough of an image there that I can line it up. And put these in place. Now, there's a little foot, like little pointy part. Make sure that that little pointy part is going in the right one so that it fits in there perfectly. I'm going to ink this up I'm not going to use any thing to make it stay down because I can usually get this in one pass. So there's one. Use my pointing tool and find my little footy thing. Okay, here's two. Come on. So I'm excited about the new catalog that went live today. I hope you are. Hope you've got lots of goodies that you want to order. Christmas, all kinds of holidays. We got Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, stamps and paper, lots of fun stuff. Now that one did stick, so let me get it off of there. Okay, done with our template. I'm not going to use my paper for this next thing. I'm going to get my template. First I'll clean off my stamp here. Put my stamp back because I don't want to lose it. It's little, easy to lose. I'm going to use the Just For You stamp next, and we're going to put it on one of these smaller pieces of white cardstock. Where is my plastic? Over here. Let me go out and come back in again just so make sure I'm not losing anybody's comments. Down here near the bottom, Just For You, make sure it's going in the right direction, because most of the time I get it right, but sometimes not. Memento Tuxedo black ink. Now I have a piece of scratch paper that I keep on hand, and it has a little bit of the Stampin' seal, kind of the same idea. I'm going to put this, find the direction that I like the best, and I'm going to stick it on here, slide it under the plastic, line it up. It's a tight fit, but you can get it in there. I'm going to put this in place and this in place, and I'm going to just use, because I've started doing this because photopolymer stamps are just so sticky. I'm going to put a piece of tape there. It's the removable tape, so it shouldn't cause any trouble when I go to take it off. I'm going to stamp my Just For You, and that tape will help it to stay down. Nope, I don't have to stamp it again. Good. And clean that off. My Just For You. Put that back. Grab my Thank You stamp. And this is beautiful font too. This Thank You font is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So this worked out well. Save my plastic, my tape, because it is removable. I can reuse it. Next is get my plastic and clean it off. Get that Thank You off there and make room for my make room for my Thank You. Stamp it on my plastic in the corner. Thank you. And then I don't need to use this time. This is a portrait card, so I want to put my Thank You kind of in the top left, like that. Thank you. Top left. Just make sure it's level. I'm going to use that again. Ink that up with Memento. I just love the black and white check. It kind of looks like a picnic kind of thing. And it goes with the strawberries. So pretty with the red strawberries. All right, that's it for Stampin'. So let's move this around. Make sure you don't have any ink on your fingers. Put our stamp away. Thank you. I think I would buy this just for the thank you, because it's so pretty, the font. Okay, done with this, and done with this. Let's bring this back in. Here's our strawberries, and I'm going to use this one instead of this one, but this one has a green, a garden green. It's left over, so I'm just going to remove that. Just twisting this around and around, it'll take that right off of there, the glue dot, hopefully without ruining it. Save that for later. That way I can put one of the light green ones on, which I will do with some glue dots. Just a glue dot behind there. Twist it off, put it on my strawberry. I love strawberries, and I cut them up, and then my husband and I we buy an angel food cake, because I'm not gonna make an angel food cake when you can buy them. So, and we'll take the angel food cake. I take mine and I break it up into small bite-sized pieces, and then I put the fresh strawberries on top, and then I put some whipped cream on top of the strawberries and angel food cake. My husband leaves the angel food cake whole. He's weird that way. What can I say? Okay, let's bring in the rest of our card. We have some interesting things here. We know this is the inside, so let's go ahead and do our thank you for our inside. I'm going to try to stay in camera. Sometimes I forget and I get out of camera, so please forgive me. My arms aren't that long, that's the problem. I kind of have to reach out. And then this kind of goes on the inside like so, with the strawberry. So wonder why that is smaller. Why is that not? Did I cut that at the wrong? I must have cut that at the wrong. I hope I didn't cut yours at the wrong. If I did, just center it. It doesn't have to go from side to side. It can actually be centered, and it will look fine. No one will never know. I must have cut that wrong. This is 3/4. It should be 3/4 by 3 3/4, but it's not. So if yours is not, all you need to do is center it like that. If it doesn't go from side to side, oh well, no biggie. There we go. I'll put that on with some glue dots. Couple of glue dots. These are pretty sticky little guys, so don't need a lot of them. There's our inside. I think I actually like it that it doesn't go all the way from side to side. It actually, I don't know, I actually think I like it better. I learned something. I think I'll do that from now on. Okay, and then on the front, we've got this that goes on your front of here. I'm going to put that on with some glue. I like to use glue when I'm doing something really kind of tight fitting like this, where there's not a lot of leeway, not a lot of wiggle room. And that way, if I have to adjust, I can. It looks like I lucked out there. And it dries clear, so if it oozes a little, don't worry. This is going to go on with mini dimensionals. I hope I have some over here. I have big ones and no little ones. Excuse me while I grab some, hopefully over here. Where are you, mini dimensionals? I know you're here. Where are you? There you are. Hiding. They are hiding over there. So let's put our strawberries on first. Now your strawberries, there's going to be one there and kind of one here. Kind of like that. So let's put this one on first. And you want to put your dimensionals where your strawberry isn't going to, where it's not going to be over the ribbon. So find where it's not going to be on the ribbon, and that's where you want to put your dimensional. Okay, we're getting close to our half hour, so we got to move along. This one is a little too far over. I gotta move it. Okay, so take those backings off. See how I have it so the ribbon goes right there? Kind of to the side, like that. And then this one's gonna kind of go like there. So again, I'm going to put this where there's not going to be any on the ribbon. So cute and so easy to do, really. These would be easy to make a lot of if you had to make a lot of them. Sweet. And then let's go ahead and put this on. I'll put one in each corner. Like so. And then I'm going to put a couple in the middle. Take those backings off. Now I hope that you guys enjoy this class, and hope you enjoy my classes. I try to keep them somewhat simple, but not so simple that you feel like it's not a challenge or you're not learning anything. Because it's important to learn too. If it's too easy, then you might lose interest. Okay, I like that. Yeah, that looks good. Now, all we have left to do is find our envelope. Hopefully it hasn't walked away. And there's two of the small rhinestones trying to get away from me. They're so tiny. Two small of the small rhinestone basic jewels. They come in 3 sizes in a pack. I'm going to put it in the center of that V there, just to give it a little pizzazz. All right, what do you think? Awesome? Awesome, awesome. I'm trying to clean off my desk. Keep it clean. All right, I'm gonna check one more time for comments. Okay. All right, so here we go, guys. We have our card number 4 in the Sweet Strawberry class. Like I said, I still have a couple of kits left. If you want to go ahead and get the Sweet Strawberry bundle, which includes the stamps and the punch, and then the inks that you need were, let's see, what did we use? Garden Green, Memento Black, and Poppy Parade. Those are the inks. All right, well, thanks for joining me, and I will see everyone in the morning at 9 for What's Up Wednesday. I might have some news for you, some information about the new catalog and some of the things going on. All right, love you guys. Bye.